Hey, it's the Vegan Christian here with you today to talk about why I am not for ketogenic diets, sustainability long term, and athletic performance. So let's just get right to it, okay? Ketogenic diets, I'm going to start with the meat only ones, or the high meat, high animal products. There's just too many unhealthy fats for me to think that it's sustainable, healthy, and promotes longevity. I just don't believe that. It does. We know trans fats are bad for us. We know saturated fats are bad for us and raise bad cholesterols. It's just common sense, like everybody knows. And we also should know that animal products are a lot higher in these saturated and trans fats, see? Especially when you're going into the processed meats, like Dr. Atkins supports, such as your bacon, your eggs, and stuff like that. Bacon, egg, sausages. Really not good. Lack of fiber deficiency. Can't poop. Fruit Loops. Oh man, it's awful, man. So you see, basically you're risking glucose intolerance. You're risking heart disease. So as diabetes, fatty liver you got in there, man. Like all kinds of different things you're putting on the line. Alright, atherosclerosis going on here, man. It's scary stuff, alright? The glucose intolerance I just mentioned, for anybody that does not know, glucose intolerance would be when your body is losing its ability to uptake sugar in its cells due to unhealthy fats blocking the action of insulin, okay? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We need to keep that down. We need to get healthy fats up. And we don't need to, we got to take things in moderation, basically. I don't support ketogenic diet for that. I also don't support ketogenic because it's clinical studies, long term, it's quite scant. We got one study from 2004 saying that a study in mice, 22-week study, ketogenic diet, they got fatty liver, glucose intolerance, and increased risk for diabetes, bad blood markers, all kinds of different health problems. See, that's one thing that's pretty sketchy, because what will it be in a human if that's so bad in a mouse? And we got another study in 2014 that says ketogenic diet in obese patients from the journal, American Journal of Physiology, Endocrinology, and Metabolism, showing that, hey, we can make this sort of healthy. So this diet, they had 80% of your healthy fats, like poly monounsaturates, and they had very low saturated fat, 20% saturated fat or lower, and they were able to elicit healthy blood marker results within a 6-month period. This is what they define as long term, but we don't see any populations living any sort of long length of time on this ketogenic lifestyle. We've never seen it, so we're going in mystery meat. We see that healthy fats are more promising than bad fats. We already knew that, but it's sort of just tiptoeing in unknown territory. That's another reason why I don't like it. Another reason, basic constipation. If you're doing the meat only way or the high animal products, you're just not going to get enough fiber to be regular. You're going to have to force poop. You're going to have such a hard time, man. You're not going to be regular. It's going to promote weight gain. And that's another thing, ketogenic diet, weight gain. Number 4, I'll say, you lose weight really fast, mostly water initially, dries you right out like a prune. It's hard to stay hydrated, so you have to up sodium. Thing about this is long term. If you look at the people that have done it long term, ketogenic diet, they're not lean. They gain their weight back, and they never finish their weight loss journey, and they get to their ideal healthy weight. All these doctors that you see doing ketogenic diets or low carb, they're fat, man. They're unhealthy or overweight. These are the doctors that are telling you this is the way to athletic performance. You're basically taking advice from people that are sick off their own diets, see? Not wise. And the last point I'm going to make is athletic performance. The thing about athletic performance is carbs is a very fast-acting fuel and promotes explosive power, high-intensity exercise, see? Using fats primarily as fuel, you're only promoting like a lower intensity activity, because the ketones are burned off slower as a fuel source than carbohydrates. So when you need that sprint and power, when you need the power, buddy, power, man, you want some power? You want some power? Need some carbohydrates. I wouldn't go in a fight without carbohydrates. I would not go for a sprint without carbohydrates. And a lot of people get sick trying to force through an athletic game when they're in ketosis because they just can't go any faster. See, you hit the wall, man. You hit the wall in the worst case scenario, but if you're actually in ketosis, you can go if you're actually in ketosis, but you can't go fast as the guy that's carved up. Carbs are good for athletic performance, and I'd say better than ketones. And I'd stick with it. Ketogenic state is more for the emergency state of the body, where you can't really find any carbohydrate-rich foods. You're eating high fat because that's what's there. And so your body's able to switch into this mode for survival purposes. But to sustain it long term, it doesn't seem to make sense to me. Like, if this is the way we were supposed to run on our body, ketogenic, for example, then why are we so touchy when we're on a ketogenic diet? We can't eat any piece of carbohydrate, man. We can't eat that nice wrap. We can't have a piece of toast. We can't have any pizza. Can't treat ourselves without kicking out of ketosis. But we're in a carbohydrate-rich diet. Okay, hey, I'll have some nuts here and there sometimes, and it's not going to do anything. We're still using the carbs as a fuel. It just don't make sense. If it's natural, the ultimate natural for our body, then why is it so rigid? Like, if we do this, then we're out of it. Like, it don't make sense. It's too strict, too hard. I'll give them this before I go, that they are very beneficial for people with epilepsy sometimes, and may reduce or eliminate seizures. But for most of us, I don't think ketogenic diet's practical, and it won't elicit results long term. Go to a plant-based doctor. Dr. Neil Barnard, Caldwell Esselstyn, T. Colin Campbell. Fit people in their old age, lean, fit, athletic. Talk to them for advice, alright? That's the way to be, my friends. And that's all I got to say. Check out Dr. Neil Barnard's book, Reversing Diabetes, to anybody that has diabetes. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.